All right, good day, my young people. Welcome to the Intro to Sociology. This recording is designed to help the individuals who missed class or who did not comprehend certain material during class. Today's lesson will be focusing on the sociological perspective. We will be covering the entire class, starting from bell work and ending with the exit ticket. Now, allow me to share my screen with you. I'm about to share my PowerPoint, so therefore we can go to it, bell work. Okay, bell work. Today's bell work is comprised of 4 questions, 3 short answer questions, and 1 multiple choice question. Now, for the short answer questions, I expect for you all to use complete sentences when answering these questions. For the multiple choice question, I expect for you to do the BTW way. I want you to label your paper or type uh, B, the T, and the W. B standing from the basic idea of the question, which in regards to question number 2, who developed the term sociology? So the basic idea of that would be who pretty much created the term sociology. Uh, the T, this will be the answers in which you feel have no chance of becoming the real answer. So therefore you put that down on your throwaway answers. And also the W, which you would provide me the correct answer and also a brief explanation why you chose the answer. So that would be how you do that. This assignment shouldn't take you no more than 45 minutes. So I give you an opportunity to complete this. Once you have completed this assignment, you will save it to either Microsoft Word or Google Docs, or if you take a picture of it and you're gonna have to upload it to your two assignments on the bell work for the day. You should see that at the top tab where it say assignments, and then it should be listed bell work, in which you would put that into there. You receive your grade for there, and it's also a healthy guide for me for later on in our lesson. Okay, let's look at what we were expected to do for the bell work. So for question 1, you should have given me a short answer question. Let me put this in present mode so therefore it can be enlarged. And it's also on a timer, so this should help you also keep pace. So the first one was, what does the word sociology mean? You should have provided me an answer with a complete sentence. So the answer should have been the systematic study of human society or the study of society and human behavior. Either one of those two answers would have been good. The second question, you should have did this the BTW way, in which the basic idea of this would have been the person who created the term sociology. The T should have been whatever answers you chose, but for me, I would have chose D and C and B, because Plato was a philosopher. Confucius was a philosopher too. Marcus Aurelius as well. Auguste Comte would have been my correct answer. And it's based upon the W would have been based upon me having basic understanding of the field of sociology. Some you would have been like it's an educated guess if you don't know if you did get the answer right or whatnot, or you may have actually heard of it from last week when we did our little test on this or a little assessment on it. Number 3 should have been provided with another short answer. And the sociological perspective is sociologist's special point of view that sees general patterns of society in the lives of particular people. That should have been the answer for that. Number 4, which you could have gave me just the 3 different points. Name the 3 social changes that help trigger the development of sociology. 1 should have been a rise of the industrial economy. 2 should have been explosive growth in cities. And 3 should have been new political ideas. That should conclude your bill work. The next thing that we're going to should be your connection slide. And today you will learn what it means to take a sociological point of view. The text that we'll be using will be the sociology, the basics, pages 4 through 14. I understand that you all do not have physical books, so therefore this is the literature that I'll be using in order to better educate you on the subject. You will understand it when the students can execute and explain the various concepts throughout this lesson. And you will earn points when you complete or by completing the tiered assignments, homework, assessment for the week, and participating in group discussions throughout the class. And why is this important? Because the students need to understand the origins of sociology and what forms the way we think about and view the world. Okay, the next thing is the by the way slide. The by the way slide, I want to kind of put you up on the whole idea of the sociological perspective. Okay, take for instance, your surroundings now. 38126 was pretty much dubbed as one of the poorest zip codes in the U.S. So you had organizations or corporations like FedEx and ServiceMaster that moved their headquarters downtown in order to make people want to come and live downtown or even work for these companies, make it feel safe to them. They had to provide job opportunities and also fix up the surrounding area, so therefore people wouldn't be intimidated one street over, and keep people living in poverty opposed to them having an opportunity, a better opportunity. So they started fixing up the downtown area in order to accommodate these people and also to kind of help them feel comfortable. So what they end up doing, they end up restructuring Claiborne Point. They end up restructuring the Foot Home, which is now South City. And then they started building condominiums and other apartment complexes around the facility. So therefore, it can be an easy commute to work for some of these people that will actually start working for these corporations or businesses. And then they try to just make downtown much more livable and suitable for people, because Beale Street is one of the biggest money makers and one of the biggest tourist attractions of Memphis. So therefore, they want to be accommodating with that. And then you got the Grizzlies downtown. Also, now you got the laws and stuff that pretty much work hand in hand. You have the bike lanes, in which makes it more safe to ride bikes and exercise. And then you have curfews, in which keeps people from being out all times of the night and kind of cuts down on crime and just different facets of that to kind of keep people wanting to be downtown, enjoying themselves, but also bringing money and keep the opportunities going for a lot of people that are making decent salaries and lifestyles now. So with that being said, what we're going to do is watch this video. This video is about 2 minutes, 12 seconds. And it's pretty much going to break down sociological perspective for you. So the only thing you would have to do is click that And it should pop that video up for you, which I already have it ready for you. It's playing on YouTube. That's gonna take 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And then we'll pretty much discuss what the video entailed. So give me a time while it's taking this little time to pop up. What I will do is use this one over here so it can kind of go ahead and show for you. Thank you for your patience. As the video loads, there's no sound to this video, so therefore you just pretty much have to read the script. Should be starting in a second now. Sorry about the delay again. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the PowerPoint now. In which the by the way slide should have helped you connect and have a general understanding of what we're about to cover. Of course, it showed that your environment can have a direct impact on the way that you think and carry yourself. So I think we all can agree with that. But for the most part, just look at the living and stuff now. We used to have housing projects. Now we have better scenery around here, whereas it's accommodating for everybody, and the scenery looks good. So that should have a direct effect on people's mindsets or whatnot, because you feel like you are doing better in life and you don't have to get out here and rob, steal, or try to kill somebody to survive. Okay, the next slide that we're gonna go to is gonna be the I do. The I do thing is this, is that students will watch a video about the origins of sociology. In return, you're gonna click on this, this site, and I would advise you to take notes and also write down key facts. You will also understand that in this course, you're going to take a lot of notes because there's a lot of information that's going to be spread to you, and then to kind of help you master the content, this can be a good source of that you can go back and look back at and pretty much help you out remember some things, because the assessments, my whole job is to prep you for an exam so you can get your dual credit at the end. So I'm just gonna hit escape, and I'm gonna show you the video that had already pulled up for you all. And this video is going to be 1 minute and 40 seconds. So please take notes because we have an exercise for the check for understanding. And try to paraphrase, because you can hit pause and get all the answers when needed. But try to paraphrase your notes if possible. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint, in which you would be doing an exercise on this next. So you will be responsible for, on this chart, label the origins of sociology. And then you're going to give me a real life example of each. For example, one origin would be new political ideas. And an example of that would be the creation of bike lanes. So based upon your notes that you took, and I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes to do that, write down the 3 things. I know it listed 4, but the main 3 things that eventually led to this, or in your estimation, what you think it is. So I give you time to do that, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, now that you have done that, let's go over some of these things. Okay, one origin is pretty much gave you an example, so that should fit one of them. But I did not want you to give me the same example that I used for as far as the creation of bike lanes. So another political idea that pretty much came up was the more more harsh sentencing times for people that committed certain crimes of violence in the 38216 or 38106 area code, zip code. So though that would be an example of that. Another thing would be in the rise the origin would have been rise of an industrial economy. An example, FedEx, uh, Amazon, Service Master. These are headquarters that have moved to Memphis based upon that, and they have created a lot of jobs and stuff like that. So now in the 38126 area code, where you had a lot of uh, poverty, now you don't have as much poverty that you used to have. So they are combating that issue right there. The next one would be the explosive growth in the cities. As you see, based upon all these new housing developments and stuff, condominiums downtown, also South City, Clavin Point has been restructured. These living opportunities have gotten better, so therefore they had to be accommodating to the people that are now taking advantage of some of these good paying jobs. So now these people are living better. And of course, when you're living better, you tend to feel better about yourself, and it makes you strive for better things. So that was that on that. So now we're gonna move to the we do. During the we do, I want you to take some notes. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the present button to kind of enlarge this for you. This is for us to shape individuals' lives, and that's the biggest thing around is your environment. It will shape your life, and also how you view things. C. Wright Mills called the point of view the sociological imagination, which transforms personal troubles into public issues. So the whole thing about the poverty thing, it eventually became a public issue based upon people committing crimes and stuff. So if I'm having issues keeping a house, a lot of times what I'm going to end up doing in order to survive, I'm probably going to steal, do drugs, rob somebody, or do whatever it takes to cope with whatever issues I'm going to. So they had to address the public issue, so therefore they can kind of make the surrounding areas safe. So that's why you see the development of the new housing opportunities around here, and they're tearing down dilapidated buildings, old buildings, so therefore it can view to others as being safe. So I'm gonna give you a chance to go ahead and write down these global perspectives. These are 5 things. I got a little exercise for you to do afterwards. So I'll give you a chance to write those down. Okay, next. This is an exercise that we're gonna do to check for understanding. I wanna see what you really got from that, writing this down. So students will test your knowledge of the material they just learned. You will highlight the link below. So you're gonna highlight it. Once you highlight the link below, then you're gonna right click on it and finally hit explore. It's gonna be to the right of your screen. On the left side of the application that you open up, choose the match and play that game to see if you comprehend the scenarios. Use your notes from the previous slide to help you match with the correct scenarios. So now what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna show you how the game should be and let you go from there after you open up the application. Okay, now we're gonna go down here to where match is. As you see, it's timing you. So basically, once I hit match, the game gonna start. It shouldn't take you no more than 3 minutes to complete this, and then we'll go from there. Okay, once you hit start game, then everything goes. So now you gotta kind of match all these things to have that. So say for instance, I go over here and it's gonna disappear for me. Then I just have to constantly go off my paper as far as the things. So now I got where you live makes a difference in culture matters. Okay, so now I got to find a scenario that. Okay, see if that's that. It's not that. So you see how wrong answer will have that right there. So now I go to this and it disappears. So now I gotta come in. By studying other cultures, we can understand us better. Okay, so I go to that disappears. And then I go right here. Problems that are social problems here, but worse in other places. I go right here, that disappears. Then I go right there, that disappears. Then that should tell you how long it took you to complete the exercise. And if you did fairly well, then you comprehend that. So I would tell you this: you can go back, use the back button, and if you are having issues with understanding the concept of that, you can go here where it say flashcards. And on the flashcards, it'll show you the bullets that you had already took notes on. If you hit this card again, it'll provide you all that information, and you can use these for a study guide as well. Okay, let's move from there. Now we're gonna go to the you do. So with this scenario, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take notes again. As you can tell in this class, you're gonna take a lot of notes. The notes is pretty much helping you to recall the information that you have been taught, because this is a lot of information that you have not been exposed to. So therefore, it's gonna help you out in the long run. So I'm gonna hit the present button to enlarge it again for you. I want you to take notes of all this, and then on a check for understanding, we'll go from there. So that should give you at least about 5 minutes to write these notes down and be prepared to discuss them on the next slide when we do check from understanding. Almost done. Okay, you should have had enough time to write these down, these 3 bullets down here. It said a sociological perspective is used by the government agencies when developing laws and regulations that guide how people and communities live and work. The second bullet helps us understand the barriers and opportunities in our lives. And third is an advantage in many fields of work that involve working with people. Okay, we're gonna move to the next slide. Here's your check for understanding. You got 2 minutes for this. I want you to give me an example of each one of those. Okay, your time is up for that. So now we're gonna move to the closure. With your closure is this. This is just general information of some of the stuff that we have learned earlier, but also to kind of expose you to the whole idea of how sociology became. Auguste Comte coined the discipline of sociology in 1838. I want you to understand that, because Auguste Comte is the main reason why we even have the term sociology, and why where I'm even having the ability or the opportunity to teach you about sociology. The early philosophers had tried to describe the idea of society But Kant wanted to understand society as it really is. So that's what I told you about the philosophers in the Bell work. Like you had Marcus Aurelius, you had Plato, and then you also had Confucius. They were some. They wanted to put you in this box as far as what world they would like to see you in, but that wasn't reality. So the whole thing of Kant was to provide you some reality of how it really is, how it really looked. Karl Marx is another sociologist, and many later sociologists use sociology to try to make society better. So his biggest thing was, if we got all these issues, I'm trying to find a solution to it. And he tried to do his best to do that, to kind of have people see the difference between the different classes and the differences. And we just try to make good of that. And then, of course, your last bullet that you see, Emil Durkheim, Karl Marx, Max Weber, George Herbert Mead, Herbert Spencer, and Auguste Comte. These are some of the main contributors to the social science of sociology. So basically what we're going to end up doing as we get further in this chapter, you're going to learn about these individuals and what they actually brought to the table. Okay, the next slide should be your tiered task. And with that being said, your tiered task, based upon your Bell work answer, and I'm going to give you, you had 4 questions. If you miss more than 2 questions, you automatically start on tier 3, which you will be defining the vocabulary terms: sociology, sociological perspective, the global perspective, and society, using complete sentences. So you'll be doing that right there for the first 7 minutes of the assignment. And what you can do is use the internet to find the definition of these words. If you only miss 1 question, you will begin on tier 2, and you will illustrate and explain the 3 origins of sociology that have transpired in your community in the past 5 years. So basically, you'll be providing examples of that. So this is what I want you to do. So what you can do is go to on Microsoft Word, because I want this document to be on Microsoft Word, all your tiered assignments together. And what you can do is do some clip art for the illustrate, since you don't have any manual paper that you're writing on. But if you are writing on manual paper, what you can do is draw this, take a picture of it, and then once you finish all your assignments, you can upload it until your assignments. So therefore, you can get credit for that. But I would say, if you're using a computer, do you some clip art of certain things, and then paste that, and then explain it underneath it, as far as, like, for instance, the rise of the industrial economy. What I would do is I'd take a picture, or go to get clip art and take a picture of FedEx. And what I do is I paste that FedEx up in there, and then I write what it has done for me in my community, in which it has provided a lot of jobs and stuff, because FedEx headquarters has moved downtown. That would help bring a lot of people downtown, start living from out of town and everything. And then finally, your last task, if you have missed 0 questions out of the 4 on Bell work, you're going to start on tier 1. And in 2 paragraphs, you will write about what impact your family, community, and institutions like school, church, or community-based organizations, for example, Streets Ministries or the Emmanuel Center, have had on your thought process and the way you view the world. But you have to complete all of these. If you miss more than 2, you got to complete all of these tier assignments. If you only miss 1, you have to complete tier 2 and tier 1. If you miss 0, you only have to complete tier 1. Okay. Once we have completed all your tiers for the day, what we're going to do is we're going to move to the exit ticket. The exit ticket is pretty much a refresher to see what you can recall. And then we pretty much, this is going to define what I need to reteach you or move on from, or which individuals I need to kind of help drive this through. So your ticket out the door is going to take you 10 minutes. So based upon all the stuff that we went over in class earlier, this is what I want you to do. I want you to uh, answer all these questions. You're going to save it to a Word document and upload it to the ticket out the door. So therefore you can get credit for that as well. This also can serve as your assessment for the week. So therefore, if you get all these questions correct, then you will get over 100 for your weekly average on your assessment. I'll give you a chance to sit up there and complete that. And after you finish that, your exit ticket, I'm confident you will have all the knowledge you need to be successful on these assignments. If you need help while working, simply post your questions in the chat box. I'll be able to accommodate you at any given time. So do that for me. And good luck. And thank you for tuning in. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen.